What's the mood with the team right now?
Good. Obviously, we've done what we wanted to the last 2 games. I think we've done a good job of just not being satisfied with it, though. Obviously, a whole other challenge here tonight.
What's it like to play in the Game 7?
Yeah, it's always fun. Obviously, we've been on the wrong side of it, but not thinking of that. We talk about just being in the here and now, and that's what it is. So we're excited about it. We're excited for the opportunity and excited for the challenge.
You guys have played 2 elimination games in this series. This will be the first one. I'm curious, how does it change when your back's against the wall like you guys have had it for the last 2 games?
Well, everything's obviously desperation. You know what's on the line. You don't want to go home early. So we've done a good job of that, like I said, but I think we've done a good job of staying in the moment and, kind of just forgetting about the past and being in the here and now.
What was it like to have Austin and Bobby out there today?
It was great. Obviously, those 2 guys have done some great things for us all year long. So it's always nice to get those guys out there with us. Obviously, bring a great vibe to our team as well. So it's great having them out there.
Outside of the urgency and desperation you guys have been playing with, what do you think you're doing better in general to have turned this series around?
Not giving up a whole lot to them offensively, not giving them a whole lot of rush chances, making them come through 5 a lot of times. So we've got to keep doing and continuing to do.
Do you feel like the power plays do? Like, what are you feeling with the power play right now?
Yeah, obviously it's a little out of sorts. Although I think we've done a good job of entering their zone with it, and then just from there it's about us making plays. Not always the prettiest of plays, but just second opportunities. More pucks around the net, laying there. I think we did a better job of that last game. It's just about sticking with it, knowing that it will drop eventually, and just keep continuing to our tools.
How tough has it been for Austin to miss these games?
Sure, very tough. I think also on the other side, they're getting asked 1,000 times a day how you doing, probably by a bunch of people. It's annoying too. So obviously he wants to be out there. He's a hell of a competitor. You see it in every level that he's been at. So he wants to be out there for sure, but we'll see.
Edmonton's undefeated in Game 7s. I'm just curious, has he said anything heading into this one?
No, Eddie just brings a calm, cool, collected self. He's been great in the locker room. He's been great on the ice, and like I said, he just brings that calm, collected self of his.
What do you make of the way Jake McCabe's played this series?
Yeah, great. Closing quickly on people, great sticks. When need be, he puts his body in the lane and obviously blocks a lot of shots for us, and he's done a great job on the kill too the last 5 or 6 games. So he's been a real force for us out there, and it's been great to see.
What was it like to see Austin out there and Bobby?
It's great. Obviously, that's a real good sign for us. So obviously 2 major contributors to our team, so always good to see.
Obviously, Game 7s come with their own stakes, but the fact that you guys have been facing elimination the past few games, are you kind of used to this feeling by now compared to Boston being a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I can only speak for ourselves, but I think something we can rely on here. We've been in this type of mode here for the last couple games, and that doesn't change for us tonight. So more of the same and continuing to be better and elevate, doing whatever it takes.
What have you learned about playing in Game 7s?
I've said a lot before about the margins and whatnot, and I think it only becomes more heightened and they only become smaller. So just, every play, just a level of detail from not just shift to shift, period to period, but play to play, second to second. Obviously, traditionally they're low-scoring games. We've been in a low-scoring series, so being aware of things like that too, trying to get off to another good start and putting ourselves in a good position. So, but just enjoy the energy around it and the uniqueness of it. I think it's important, and not to try to overthink things because it's a Game 7, especially because we've kind of been in this mode the last couple, which I think can be to our benefit. So, but certainly things I've taken away from the past.
So is it mentally more taxing or more focus required for it?
Honestly, try not to change a whole lot. I think you're obviously aware of the scenario. Those things kind of will happen naturally, subconsciously, but I think just trying to stay with the same habits, level of preparation and detail, and just staying on top of yourself individually and as a group of just how we have to play. You obviously get to know your opponent really well by this point, so understanding their tendencies and the things that they do well and how we have to combat that and to be ready for, but try not to change a ton.
What, for you, do you think is the key for the power play breaking through?
Just being direct and not trying to do too much. I also think just the way we support one another. Very good penalty kill over there. Not every play is going to be perfect or clean, and just the way you recover pucks, especially when you have the extra man, can go a long way to creating some open lanes, some open looks, and just have to converge on the net.
When you look at the kind of goals that have gone in, I mean, Willie scored a nice one on a breakaway, but a lot of them are from distance or just off of bodies. Is that just what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been anything really clean. It's obviously been a very tight series. Offense has been tough to come by, so just continuing to work for the opportunities you get and getting pucks to the net is never a bad thing. Obviously, we've heard that term throughout the 100-plus years of the game and whatnot, so it's just continuing to fight for ice and create opportunities, and you know, any puck's a good puck towards the net.
What's it been like for you playing this matchup role for a big chunk now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I've been in this scenario throughout my career, but certainly I think towards the end of the season and understanding your opponent and you know what they do well and the way that I have to play to help contribute and you know just my overall game and how that leads to good things for even myself or my line offensively, but certainly playing against a real good opponent, obviously highly skilled players, and you don't want to give them any time and space to make plays.
John, the last 2 games for you, but last night, I mean, there's no goals, and that is playoff hockey. But is it different than it's been in past postseasons? Do you think is it just getting harder to score in the postseason?
Well, I can only speak for our series, but obviously as series goes on, as like I just mentioned, the margins just keep getting smaller, right? And you know, things get tighter and tighter, and you know, you're playing the top teams in the league that defend extremely well. Obviously, goaltending's been extremely strong in our series, so just all those things kind of factor in. So it's just, you know, it's funny the ebbs and flows and the way things go throughout series to series or just year to year, different sort of things. So, but it's being comfortable in whatever the situation brings. And if it's a tight, low-scoring game, just staying with your game and not trying to do too much or push the envelope or force the issue. Just sticking with the way you need to play to earn the opportunity to get what you need to earn the result.
First off, what can you tell us about Austin?
Obviously, he was out there today. He's been progressing. No determination on his status for tonight, though. You know, I think last time we were in here, I think he got about 10 minutes out on the ice. Today we got him about 15, so that's progress, but no determination on his status tonight.
Bobby McMahon looked like the first time he was skating with the team. Where's he?
Yeah, not available tonight, but he's progressing really well. He skated hard yesterday, so that allowed him to come on the trip and be a part of the group here today. So he's worked hard and you know, doesn't look too far off.
Sheldon, what stood out to you about the group coming off the Game 6 win?
Business like it's been. You know, I think that's really the message for us coming in. You know, it's Game 7. There's a lot of things that come with it, and you know, now both teams are in the same type of situation. But for us, you know, we've been through this twice already here. We're playing for our lives, and the guys came into Game 5 with confidence and belief, and you know, that remains. So, you know, I think that group is excited, ready to go.
What made you want to make the Gregor Reeves change, and how did you see it kind of play out?
You know, as the series goes on, that you could use a boost with some speed and energy and a rested player. Wanted to get him involved in the series. I think he's, you know, when you think about all the things that we're trying to accomplish in the series with how we want to play, it really fits his style of game very well with the speed that he has. So, you know, we felt getting him involved in the series was important and not an easy decision. You know, because Revo had done a tremendous job for us in the series and had played very well within his role and has been tremendous with his leadership as well. So, you know, that was a tough call for us, but you know, I thought Gregor did a nice job.
Sheldon, how would you describe Jake McCabe's impact on this series, and how does he look to you as a playoff performer this year compared to last year?
Yeah, he's been tremendous. I think he's gotten better as the series has gone along here. Obviously been extremely physical, scored us a massive goal in here in Game 5 to get us going. Leadership in the way that he's, you know, you can tell he's just far more comfortable, not just in the playoffs, but within our team. You know, it's a guy obviously comes over at the trade deadline last season, and not only is he playing the playoffs for the first time, but he's still the new guy in lots of ways. But I think he really feels a big part of our group now, which he certainly is. And with that, his leadership has really stepped up, and his overall confidence has improved. He was very open with me, when the playoffs ended last year, that how disappointed he was in himself, but also just how, I can't remember the exact term he used, but essentially saying how surprised he was at how hard the playoffs were compared to the regular season, that he'd expected it, and it's one, all of that, but to be on the ice and in the moment, he found it as a big jump, despite the fact he's a veteran guy and he's played in the league a long time, and he found that to be a big jump, so, he sort of vowed to be better the next time around, and having learned from that, and he certainly has delivered to this point.
Sheldon, given the work that's gone in to get the series to this stage, how would you sum up what the opportunity is here tonight? What does this mean?
Yes, tremendous. We're right, we're where we want to be, obviously, now, given where we were, So you're proud of the group for the work that they've done, how resilient they've been to get here. Again, that's why, it's just reminding them, hey, we've done this. We've done this twice here already, and it doesn't make it any easier the third time, but there's, there should be comfort in knowing how you prepared, how you performed, how you worked, what it felt like. So you don't need to overthink anything else. You're not new to this within this series and with this opponent in this building. We did this just. I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore, but we were here not too long ago. So with that, you get confidence, and it's a tremendous opportunity to keep growing. I think we really feel like through this series, I think how to me, we started the series well. Obviously, game one didn't go the way we wanted, but there was a lot of good things in that game that we took into game two, delivered in game two. Really felt, I felt good about our group after game two, and we were disappointed on how we performed on home ice, which put us in a hole, and how that didn't go well for us. So that was tough, but then game 5 and 6, once again, like games 1 and 2, there's lots of elements inside of that can lead this team to great things. So, you can't get there without getting past tonight. You can't do great things without getting past tonight, but I feel really good about our group. I'm excited for an opportunity to keep this thing going here.
Sheldon, back to Austin for a second. If the docs say is okay, would you be in a position you could just roll him out on the power play, or is it sort of full boat or nothing?
Yeah, I mean, those are hypotheticals at this point. So, we'll see what the day brings. But, as of right now, we've got all of our forwards that have been playing in the series, preparing to play. And that includes Revo and Gregor, and we got some decisions to make with some other guys. So, with Austin, obviously if he's available, you're going to use him. But as of right now, we're proceeding as we've been.